because it gives you the jungle pressure. It's also obviously better for Baron control.
Yeah, we'll see whether that is actually going to work out here for KT, or whether they're going to draft into it is more relevant. But let's see what the bans are going to bring out. Last time, Nocturne, Bard, and Varus were banned by KT, and Pantheon, Rumble, and Jayce were taken away from Dplus. This time around, though, they get to ban away BDD's Azir, things like this, because they have a bit more flexibility on the first pick side.
Yeah.
I was about to say blue side, but it's not actually the blue side.
Rumble's got to go. Pantheon's got to go. Varus, I think probably should go, but...
This is weird that they're banning the Pantheon on first pick.
Yeah, I wonder what their game plan is going to be. Nocturne is one of the junglers that comes to mind, but Xin Zhao obviously really strong here too for Dplus, but not really first pick territory right now. Once the Bard is gone.
Yeah, again, Korea getting back-to-back respect for his Bard play. That is fantastic. Last time looked brilliant on the Nautilus, so I think continuing to focus some bans his way is a really good idea. But having a look at the list, I mean, Varus is the big one that kind of stands out.
Maybe Ashe is the ban here. Okay, they banned Nocturne on their side. Thought perhaps they were fishing for something with the Nocturne themselves. Lulu Yunara is a really strong lane, and it's one of the biggest duos I think you get on second pick. So I'll take away the Vi. So is it just a early Ashe pick here for Dplus, or are they going for something a little bit different? Xin Zhao is the clear winner in terms of jungle picks available right now, but not really what you'd pick first pick for necessarily.
Yeah, especially, it is very strange that it's the Vi banned away. Obviously, that was the one that Lucid found the most success on when he was back in Challenger, things like this, years past. But I don't feel like right now in the current meta, the Vi is all that strong. But ShowMaker feels like the Annie is all that strong.
It's just, it seems like it's the best, safest pick, but it doesn't feel like they got necessarily what they wanted. This is what I was worried about.
Yeah, so I actually think that this is much better, though, when you haven't locked a bottom lane yet. So now DK can answer this with whatever they want, knowing that they're going into an Ashe Seraphine.
Well, the question is, what do they answer it with no Bard here? Obviously, the Karma is gone. That's one of the winning lanes there. They could deny the Seraphine, pick it away, but is not a lot of great lanes for that right now. And you're also then give them counterpick for support, and they could change the way this lane functions entirely. Going for Jayce is a safe choice here. You already have decent setup, and this is a relatively safe blind pick because they have to pick the Seraphine on 3 if you're not going to deny it, so you can ban the Yorick.
It's actually really cute.
And Sion.
Forcing them to make that decision, either playing Ashe without the Seraphine or not having that Yorick to go into the Jayce. The protection of the Sion and the Yorick can also come on through as Lucid considering the Lee Sin, and that will be locked away. Something that Lucid has found a lot of success on in the past, but I see the Lee Sin today, and I'm a little bit worried. The Seraphine going to be snap locked though, so those protection of the Jayce bans are going to come on through pretty freely here by Dplus.
Yeah,
but the bottom lane is very scary now, especially with the Xin Zhao locked in for Cuzz.
Any range supports you're worried about, you take care of now, but even most range supports still don't win this lane for you. The Nautilus is gone as well, so those all-ins are gone.
I like this.
They take away the Zeri Yuumi.
So Yuumi was something that Korea played. Actually, I think it was the first one to play it here in the LCK, and it was horrendous. But we know that the Zeri Yuumi can actually find success into this lane if piloted well.
There's some all-in angles for sure. I think it was Keria and Pays who played it better later on.
Yeah. We have seen examples of how it's supposed to go. It just was not demonstrated in its first game.
I'm worried that they might try to go for a Lucian Nami in the bottom lane.
Or a Corki Nami or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really tough to pull off. It follows up for the Annie really well, like incredibly well. But getting out of the laning phase isn't going to be easy. Varus actually wasn't banned this entire time. That's a ranged answer to try to kind of outpoke.
I feel like Ashe is a decent matchup into the Varus, though. I feel like you're not as worried about the range and
this
sort of thing.
Got to be a Yorick ban, I think. I don't think there's anything else they're worried about, unless they prefer to ban Sion and take away both tanks from Perfect.
Yeah. I'd be a little bit worried if they don't ban the Yorick. It's going to be Mel instead.
The thing about the Yorick is it doesn't work well with the rest of this comp necessarily. It doesn't follow up on arrows because it's usually not there.
Jax.
This is a very different answer. We have not seen this pick in the LCK.
Okay.
I'm kind of into it, though, because it sets up a bigger front line for Seraphine, and Seraphine interacts with the Jax very well. Instead, they're going to go for stock standard.
I mean, this draft from KT is just gorgeous. I think it's very similar to what we saw them pilot into Bro just at the end of last week.
So things get really interesting for BDD's final pick. We don't know what the bottom lane is going to be here for Dplus Kia, because they let this through, right? It was a heavy cost. And the Ziggs answer has been mixed in terms of its results so far here in the LCK. And this does not give them any form of consistent damage. It is, you know, the damage that you're going to have from his buttons and the burst that comes with it, the burst and the shockwave. But you don't have an 80 carry in this draft at all.
Yeah, there's not a lot of physical damage. As Korea is thinking about a Camille.
What if you go Jayce mid and, you know, it's Annie support?
Oh, honestly, that's probably a bridge too far.
Yeah,
but it is kind of fun.
It's a fun idea.
Because then you also dodge the Yorick matchup.
I think playing Camille into Ashe Seraphine does not sound very fun to me.
I also think that Annie and Ziggs together doesn't sound like a bottom lane that's real. So instead, it's going to be the Pyke Ziggs, and that gives a bit of extra physical damage. And Korea has looked great on the Pyke as well.
Is he going to play Victor, or is he going to play Syndra and try to just get further ahead and try to push this Annie out of lane? Or just play Hwei. Kind of forgot about this pick that BD kind of has in his back pocket. We see it come out every now and then. Similar to Chovy, you know, we saw players like Bulldog utilize this past its prime, but still a very good pick in terms of range. Now, we saw the play from Nangung on this Pyke actually find success. Like, he actually was able to get a great early game off very early on in the season against Honda Life Esports. Career, he was flipping through the Camille pick, right? And the second the Pyke got locked in, he took his jacket off. Like he's
like, ready to lock in.
I'm sweating a little bit, but I'm ready to lock in. You know, that was the vibe I got from him here. I really like this draft from KT, but the draft of Dplus Kia is very simple and a lot of comfort, I think, across these players. And so it certainly can work given the right circumstances. They'll have to get through the laning phase with this Pyke roaming and making a lot of plays elsewhere. Shut down the Hwei and let this Jayce really fly in this game. Without jungle resources, it'll be tough, but it is possible for Dplus to win with this comp. But I think KT kind of got everything they wanted. They got the counter picks they were looking for, and their draft is insanely meta and robust.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested in how this one is going to go, because I feel like the front line of Dplus isn't quite there, but they have so much firepower and so much range as well. It doesn't necessarily look like much of a poke composition because there's an Annie there, but with Ziggs and Jayce, you can really pepper them with so many spells before you get into a team fight. And then Lucid, if he's able to then fish for the angle alongside Korea, it can be really explosive. So I'm very much looking forward to how this one's going to go. Let's get into the rift for game number 2. All right, here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Summoner's Rift. As the flash stun onto BDD, the Bone Skewer as well. They're looking to focus him down, but it's ShowMaker that dies first. Oh my goodness. Sometimes the game is kind of done at level 1.
Are we going to watch 2 games back-to-back where the early game is decided by some shenanigans and then we have to watch the team that's behind struggle? It might be the case, Atlus.
Yes, perhaps.
Well, let's just say this. KT had a pretty, as you know, Mauhaus would say, they had an inkling that Dplus was going to look for an aggressive level 1 here, and they were just all grouped up with the Seraphine level 1 to answer it. So a kill goes over to Effort first. He picks up first blood, and a kill goes over to Aiming second there. So a lot of gold in this Ashe's pocket. Obviously not able to buy items with this money just yet, but feeling very strong about their early laning phase here. His career has no XP.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit more tough now,
yes,
you could say. Both mid laners with no flash as well. Both junglers do have theirs, but let's have a look at this one more time.
So BDD is kind of...
They just knew.
He's hard baiting, is what I would say.
Yeah.
And he kites back to the left here, flashes away, shields come through.
And Lucid missing the Q there as well. I don't think it would have made any difference whatsoever because of the flash angle from BDD. So very nicely played there. Does mean that now we can see Aiming with a 500 gold lead, and so does Effort. Oh dear, Cuzz looking to make his way in and just pressure ShowMaker somewhat. He will be able to do that. as this cannon he really wants to collect, but the fear is going to prevent it.
Here for aiming. Picks up 2 waves. Oh,
nice bone skewer there from Korea, but does not quite have any follow-up.
Yeah, well, at least stop the back, because it looked like he was going to get the freest back of his life. He was considering ghosting back to lane, you know?
Yeah.
And we'll stop that back, because he is in such a fantastic spot now. But will help even up the CS, and we'll see what he can pick up here. 2 daggers and boots. So that's pretty good for Ashe. Feels really quite oppressive. Harder to hit your Qs as Smash now, and the Ashe follow-up is stronger. He still has Ghost. He has more attack speed. That's bad if you're Ziggs or Pyke. You don't want to interact.
Yeah. Siwoo actually finding some decent angles here on this Jayce into the Yorick. We know. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. Smash. This is not where he wants to be. Does find himself a satchel, but is just going to run into the bushes and die.
All right, so any early game bot lane destroyers in the chat? You know, maybe in game 1, Lucid and Korea were like, you know what? Ruin the bottom lane. We're not playing that.
Yeah, well.
And then in this one, it was kind of effort. He's like, nah, you guys can't play it. Sorry.
Well, Korea level 2 is looking to disrupt the jungle. Should be Lucid taking away this Raptor camp. They've forsaken the bottom lane entirely, Korea as well, as ShowMaker thinking about going for an angle here as the Maw comes down. Decent amount of extra damage and a turret shot onto ShowMaker is not really what he wanted to take. So he's going to be backing away. Does have his teleport. No, he doesn't have his teleport, actually.
He used his TP already, which is part of why he was putting that pressure on, try to clear that wave. Cuzz is not going to like what he sees here, at least initially.
Well, he isn't going to see it. That's the problem, as he gets lit on fire and will be taken out. Good resonating strike there to claim the kill for Lucid. And now Cuzz is dead, and he's going to lose even more of his jungle. Lucid actually starting a snowball rolling just in his matchup alone, as the Bone Skewer going to collect effort as well. Great satchel to follow it as he gets the flash. Beat drop comes down though, and Smash could be dead again, as never mind, Lucid's here to save the day, and safeguards out. So DK keep their bottom laner alive, and effort uses both of his sums.
Also, Smash just calm and collected, instantly satchels correctly there, also has his flash still, doesn't use it. He just knows that Lucid's got his back, and Lucid pushes aiming away. So, you mentioned effort sums down now. Huge win there for them. Now, it's still a pretty big disaster in the bottom lane, to be frank, but yeah, a little bit of hole patching has been done, and the Lucid lead was one that you could definitely feel.
Ooh, ShowMaker taking a bit of damage because not electing to go in for it, as Lucid was on the top side of the map, so was pretty far away from this one.
There are a few matchups you can go into Annie, right? Like, a lot of people like to opt for the Galio to just absorb the pressure because Annie doesn't do that much damage. You know, some people like to completely outrange with a pick like the Hwei. We've even seen Victor in this matchup. As, you know, a Bear's going to get dropped on you sometimes, very annoying, but BDD wants to just buy space here and use his range advantage to harass ShowMaker and punish him when ShowMaker's trying to be greedy like this.
Yeah, that is going to be Spiraling Despair coming down, and ShowMaker will take a big boom boom, but he is going to keep himself alive, as now Korea looking to make his way in, gets the flash stun onto Perfect. Perfect is going to flash away. Lucid unable to find an angle here as Cuzz is moving in. But the acceleration gate will get the Pyke out to safety.
Really
Pyke is so squishy.
Yeah, really great early game, though, from Korea, all things considered. You know, he was so put behind by that level 1, and has actually made some great plays in this game. He and Smash showcasing they have a ton of mastery of this bottom duo, even though they looked a little bit timid to lock the Pyke in the draft. They're looking very, very well versed at this. Still a pretty significant early game lead here for KT, and it doesn't get better very soon here for Dplus, unfortunately. At least Lucid has potentially an in if he can make some outplays happen around some early fights. Could be what they're looking for, especially with the Seraphine still down on flash. You know, potentially challenge for a dragon. Yeah, to go their way.
Some angles there. As Mega Inferno Bomb now available here for Smash, can use that to clear out waves if he would like to. As Korea is going to be found by Effort, but not found by any of Effort's buttons, unfortunately, for KT fans. As Drake, first one going to be a Hex Tech, pretty dangerous dragon. Does do a fair bit of damage. Now Cuzz, oh dear, once again going to be discovered in his jungle. The Bone Skewer comes down, he flashes to get out of the stun as Mega Inferno Bomb comes in. There's a kickback onto BDD. He's stunned up by ShowMaker as well. Has to flash to get himself out of the way. The sidestep is just gorgeous, and he'll keep himself alive. Korea has to dash to get himself out of this one, but doesn't have flash, so he's going to get pulled back and murdered. My God,
tell me BDD's
so
not a
good.
robot. I'm serious. Just like
I can't help. I don't have proof.
He was just like, no, if I sidestep like this, you don't even throw it. Okay, don't even try it. You're not gonna hit me.
Oh my Lord, he is too good.
It was actually insane, and he was so calm. He also was just like, you know what? I will match this rotation into the Annie. I don't care. I'm willing to challenge. This is actually bonkers. Now, first of all, this is a great setup here from Lucid and Career. Cuzz's flash is phenomenal, but now he's on the wrong side here. The bomb comes through. He's chunked out. So BDD is left up a creek without a paddle. What does he do? Everything right. Sidesteps this.
My Lord!
And he's like, nothing can hit me.
And then Career's like, that was so good, BDD. Let me Bone Skewer a minion. And then he died, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was not the good part. It was good for KT fans because it puts aiming further ahead.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, BDD further ahead. He was the one who picked up that kill.
Yeah, aiming is also further ahead.
He is still quite large, yes.
Yeah, and Lucid will be able to collect himself a grub or two. Looks like there is not going to be too much of a response here for Cuzz, even though he is on the top side of the map. It's not going to be a contest.
Denying grubs from a Yorick feels pretty good.
Yeah. Career and Lucid are now looking for a dive onto the Yorick as well, as they're wasting no time looking to make their way in. The wave is going to crash. Let's see whether the Ghoulie Wall can actually save this Yorick to the skies. And yeah, Career, you cannot tank those. That is 2 kills. Siwoo dies as well.
Yeah.
Can I have failed dives for 20?
Yes, the answer to your question about the Ghoulie Wall, talk about the Ghoulie Wall, it does kind of prevent you from getting out of the turret aggro range
I do think that it wasn't as much the Ghoulie Wall that it was just running like lemmings, sorry.
They were Meilings, they were melee champions running into the
turret. There we go.
So
that's from the sequel game.
Turret pickup here from Career, okay. Yeah.
All right, we've got another fight as BDD is finally going to die. Cuzz gets kicked back, but he just takes them both out. The explosion of BDD's ulti from the grave, and Tibbers dies as well. So it looked like we were coming back to a good play from DK, and now it's a 2-for-1.
All right, I'm gonna have to there's a vote to surrender in League of Legends. Maybe we should do like a broadcast vote to stop replays in a game like this, where every time we watch like a bit of a silly moment where KT is just exploding people, we miss the next part where they're exploding people.
Well, I wonder what the next part is that we're going to miss.
BDD here gets the speed up. It's not enough, but Cuzz actually comes in here, gets the Wind Become Lightning value, and the explosion comes through. It just looked cinematic. He just got a collateral with a spear.
Yeah.
Impales 2 people, but 1 kill was his, the other was BDD's. Perfect still has flash.
Yeah, great little sidestep here as Perfect gets booped into the wall, but he is able to get himself to safety.
Is Perfect the best top laner in the LCK?
I mean, it's starting to look like we're getting him back.
The answer is no, but I mean, is it yes? It's no, right? It's definitely Keen is better.
I tell you what, he's playing some pretty fantastic Yorick right now. Is Perfect.
He's just not gankable, as we've learned. He still has his flash. Still has flash. Does not care. Does not interested in your gank.
He's also he's not ahead, but he is doing just fine in this matchup as well as Cuzz thinking about helping him out. Lucid walking on a control ward here.
Good fear.
Yeah,
that was clean.
Gets the speed up as well. BDD knowing how to navigate the 1 billion buttons that Hwei does have.
He is quite a painter of a player.
Yeah.
So it's a fitting champion for him. As Cuzz is also still here. Seraphine coming up. You really want to kill the Yorick. I get it. Dplus, but I don't think it's happening. Arrow also coming up.
Yeah, that is not going to connect, just barely. Man, I kind of thought that there'd be some hitbox shenanigans there as Korea is able to live through it. Now there's no arrow for the fight against Smash here in this bottom lane, but he needs to hit the bouncing bombs if he wants to be able to win in that metric. As Lucid now control vision all over the place here for DK.
Yeah, they're really trying to make these plays topside, but they have been shut down at every turn by a good play from Perfect, fast rotations from KT. KT have had such a good read on this. They know that ganking for the Ziggs is so much harder to pull off and not realistic. So, and obviously they've tried to go for BDD. It has also not really been working out in their favor. So like, all right, maybe give Yorick another pass, because basically with the lead that Lucid had, they're kind of like, we got to chain gank. We have to somehow find an end to this game. Otherwise, KT are just going to run us over in the mid game, and it has just not worked out for Dplus. I think it's the right call. You're playing the Pyke draft. You need to try to get some value out of his early power, but they have just come up empty. A smash is on a ward. I'm not sure if he's aware of that. I think he's not.
Well, aiming is going to run after him. Great satchel there to disengage. Still, the Ghost has been popped, and aiming is still going to lose way too much of his health bar to fight this one. Lucid protecting his AD carry player, who is playing a mage.
This is really quite funny situation where everyone comes
Yeah.
like, yes, keep him interested.
Who is baiting
and
who?
Lucid's like, yes, keep him interested.
We just needed aiming and smash to like kill each other at the same time, and no one to show up. And that would have added, I think, to the whole situation.
It would have been the only way to make it more comical.
Indeed. All right, we do have the back coming through here for Korea, who is without an ultimate still.
Now, Siwoo has not hit the other champions that are not Yorick yet in this game, really. But he is starting to build a pretty significant lead. He has his Ghost Blade online, has been chipping away at these plates, also has a call that's about to cash in. So he is going to be a huge threat later on.
Arrow.
Unless he gets arrowed.
Oh, good flash. Gets Siwoo out of the way, but also great arrow to get that flash. So DK down another tool here as Cuzz looks for ShowMaker. Korea right here will be able to get a follow-up stun as well. The electrocute does come down. A ShowMaker does take a lot of damage there from BDD. Does have his Blackfire Torch done.
They wanted to try to stop KT from coming up to punish the flash so that Siwoo could keep his topside prio, but they've taken so much damage. KT are looking to contest this still. Perfect has TP, so he can actually back and come straight back to the turret to defend. Dplus need to be careful about overextending here, but again, they don't have many legs in this game, so they're just trying to force any skirmish they can around this Pyke. Has level 6 now.
Oh, little bone skewer steal attempt. That was cute. Cuzz is still just going to be able to take his blue buff though, so it doesn't really do too much of anything at all. I like the idea though.
Yeah, I don't think Perfect completed his back, so he's still up here, did not teleport back into lane. And they're still trying to put the pressure on this top lane, playing through this Jayce, the one winning lane. Nice try.
He goes for it. Doesn't quite work. As Lucid to clear out this control ward, and they'll at least get that. But the gold lead has just disintegrated. It's 400. It's not really anything to write home about. The problem is, I don't know like how DK is supposed to really navigate things later on. I can see how KT's comp works any day of the week, right? Like it is just, it's so...
BDD, like,
it's a consistent style of comp.
Because it has, like, this Hwei pick is so great, it's like BDD's Mel pick as effort.
Oh, yeah.
Should be okay, right?
Yeah, Lucid will get the flash out of effort, but like you say, he is okay.
He opts to use his flash instead of his ult, because if he ults there and they flash it, then he probably dies. So I think it was the right call. And now he has his ult for a dragon contest.
Yeah, potentially. We do have a back coming on through for Korea. We'll be able to get himself back home.
This looks like it's a free plate here for BDD in the mid lane, as Dragon's still not getting the attention it deserves.
Yeah, 15.5 minutes, and we haven't had a second Drake yet. ShowMaker looking for aiming, and we'll just throw a bear at him. That's a lot of damage onto this Ashe, who's now looking to turn things. There's the kickback. Beautifully done. Doesn't matter if you missed the Q there. Lucid was making sure that ShowMaker picks up a kill. But now Cuzz is looking to make his way in. There's a teleport as the Encore goes entirely wide. The Grasping Maw, though, doing a whole bunch of work as Lucid delivers the ulti to his teammates. I'm not sure about that one, but Cuzz is still going down very low. Mega Inferno Bomb hits onto 2 as Korea can see he's lining up that death from below, but no one is quite in range just yet. And it is just a pick onto aiming, and DK come out on top.
Yeah, Lucid was about to get reported 4x, but he did end up affording most of that damage to his team. And KT Rolster looked like, you know, episode 4 Stormtroopers with some of the skill shots on that team fight. Got the flash out of Smash, but man, a lot of things missed. BDD was missing everywhere. Effort missed his ultimate. Man, it was not great.
Imagine if like Han Solo could also flash, man. He would have never been hit by anything ever.
Yeah, so we'll watch this again. ShowMaker sets this one up. Aiming just doesn't have time to react here to the Tibbers, so Doesn't flash here, and then doesn't have vision of Lucid either. Lucid just gets on top of him and kicks him before he could do anything. So he doesn't use his flash because he just could not react to either of those. And then here, we got some whiffing. Whiff from Cuzz. Okay, whiff from Effort.
Good dash cannon from ShowMaker.
Yeah, hit from BDD. And then Lucid's like, all right, everybody come give me a hug.
Yeah, if I'm going down, you're coming with me.
And then Cuzz dodges here. This misses from Effort again, and then BDD misses. But it doesn't matter, as another one from Career this time?
Yeah, I've seen this play before. As the stun comes down and Cuzz is just dead, Lucid comes and steals it away. Bit of extra money there for DK as the arrow is going to connect. There is the damage from BDD as well, as Lucid looking to try and take down the Hwei. Mega Inferno Bomb to try and follow up. The rest of KT are looking to get here though, and Siwoo is very dead. Yeah, trying to kill BDD just seems to be a mistake in this game.
The numbers on the top of the screen say Dplus are winning. But my eyes are telling me they're not winning.
Yeah.
Like, they keep getting these things. Like, ShowMaker's going to get this turret here on the other side. It is going to be the second of the game, which is a lot of their gold lead, right? And these turrets, they picked up the top one earlier on. They've been putting that pressure on this entire game, but they haven't really taken a convincing true 5v5 fight, but they're getting these scrappy wins everywhere, and this Jayce is starting to be too big of a problem. And the comp, like I said, is kind of simple in how it works. I think KT's comp is also relatively simple and very robust. Like you were saying, it kind of does everything. It's got the engage, it's got the range, it's got the front line, got the split push. Like it doesn't really have any weaknesses, but who knows what's going to happen at the end of this game. As Career, I don't think you want to go in there.
Oh, good dancing shoes though. As teleport in, we are committing for a fight over a dead Rift Herald, is now Career down relatively low. Hextech Minefield comes in to try and save him there as ShowMaker gets his way forward. The Eye is trying to be protected because just walks over and takes it. Gets the knock up on Lucid as well. The kickback is decent as the Encore doesn't do too much, and down goes Cuzz to start this one off. Siwoo dives forward as BDD is kept alive with the help of the Mikhails out of Effort, and now Lucid seeing what he can do. Coolie Wall is going to trap him for a few moments, but does have ShowMaker there with that Incinerator's Career. He's going to get the shutdown, looks for the resets and will not find them. Taken down by aiming is now, the fight seems to be on yet again as Lucid, oh my goodness, lying in wait. I don't know whether he really wants to try and kill Perfect here, because I don't know whether he wins that fight. And in fact, he does not, ladies and gentlemen. I think many of us probably could have told him that, but he went for it anyway. Yeah, kudos for trying.
I think he could. I think he could have just gone home. He could have slept. Yeah, this was the fight.
Sleep when you're dead, Wolf.
Yeah, this is the fight that started all off way earlier on, and then Siwoo ends up overextending here to get the turret, but it's a successful play, right? They end up getting the turret, but the other side of the fight is a little bit messy, right? Lucid getting on top of BDD here. And then the next fight is just, frankly, absolute cinema. If this is what our top question mark of the LCK is, I'm here for it, because we don't even know. I mean, KT's #1. Dplus is making a case for them being #1. They beat Gen.G. Like, this fight just never ends, right? You have Siwoo on the flank here. Hits the Shock Blast. They want to delete Effort. Not quite able to get it initially, as I thought I banned replays from this game.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just going to be a Herald Charge. This Seraphine ultimate buys enough space here. The ultimate from BDD is so much damage. He gets the heal from Effort, so he survives. And then Lucid goes back in. Lucid goes back in alive.
And he goes in again. There's ghouls doing ridiculous things. Lucid
I thought he
needs
learned.
to be very careful. There is an army chasing him down. And the Q is going to finish him off. Now Perfect looking for ShowMaker. The Molten Shield doing a bunch of work. He needs another Q, but the army is killing him.
The summon battle.
Oh my goodness. Perfect is just becoming a little bit too big. Mega Inferno Bomb will... oh, what? Comet kills him. Okay.
Anyway, bottom turn's gonna go down.
A Smash fan. He is a big Smash fan. He's like, nah, man, you deserve this one.
Do you remember that silly? I don't know if I want to call it a reality TV show, but the BattleBots show where you build the robots.
Yeah.
I feel like that was what was happening between those two summons there. Like they just kind of forgot their programming. How silly that show could be at times.
Indeed.
I think Lucid also forgot his programming about Yorick.
But I mean, how do you forget it? The last thing you did on the Rift was die to this guy.
He's like, ShowMaker has the damage. No.
Yeah.
And then ShowMaker's like, oh my god. Well, I lose this as well. I need another stun. And Perfect's like, oh my god, he's getting his stun. And then Perfect gets hit by the bomb because this game just needed more comedy.
Yeah. All right, well, ShowMaker is now looking for aiming. We'll be able to find him there. Does get Mikhails. Effort going to keep him alive as now Perfect shows up. And Career is like, no, I'm getting the heck out of Dodge. And you can't really blame him for that one. Cloud Soul once again, ladies and gentlemen.
This could
very
be
cool.
the best two teams in the LCK right now.
I mean, honestly, definitely the most entertaining at this point in time.
Most fun for sure, guaranteed. Lock it in.
Well, Cuzz taking a fair bit.
I'm no longer bored by KT.
Nope, not at all. As the arrow going to connect onto Siwoo. He has a blast cone. It's right there, but he's just dead. Cuzz also taking a lot of damage, but KT locking down the enemy top laner, and now they're looking for even more as BDD doesn't quite find a couple of buttons, and that will allow DK to escape.
Gold doesn't matter, I guess.
No, I don't think that's what this game is about.
This game is a hands game. This game is a mechanics fest. It's just...
I mean, Korea has a QSS.
Yeah, he has a QSS. Look at the goal across all of these players. Like, Aiming still has the goal lead, but everywhere else is red, even though Perfect has 5 kills to 1. It's just been put down in lane so hard. Shio is hard farmed, got all the extra CS, got those turret plates and first
Yeah, plate money is such a big deal here as DK using the Ziggs, right?
It's just so silly to try to quantify the game state with the numbers you can see on screen, because this whole game, and the kill score kind of tells the story that I think our minds are linked with, in that the team fighting is not working for Dplus, but they are getting a lot on the map. How much more can they get is the question, because when it comes to straight up 5v5s, especially with the state BDD is getting in very quickly here with 2 items, it is a tough sell for Dplus, but maybe with some traps.
Well, let's see whether they can find the angle onto Cuzz. Does have his sweeper at the ready now. KT this control ward, and DK will back away.
I mean, there's only so much KT could do in terms of just kind of huddling in the corner macro-wise. Like, Siwoo has just been hitting turrets all game long, and there has been very little response. He is level 15 right now. You know, he's behind Perfect in XP. A lot of that's from the kills, but still feels like there's no answer to this Jayce consistently yet for KT.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that the game is this even. I don't know why KT has like a 100 if that gold lead when they have Soul Point, double the kills, exactly the same turrets.
They have not really been doing the killing of the minions or structures.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's just CS margins being extended here. And Aiming is behind in farm, but Smash is behind in gold by a considerable number.
To look at the KP as well and to say that Cuzz is the lowest KP for KT.
Yeah. Well, he's going to throw down the ulti as Korea. I don't know whether he wanted that bone skewer, and he's just dead. Yeah.
That's Pyke. When we get to the mid to late game, he just isn't going to be able to live. QSS not enough here.
Nope.
And Cuzz, I mean, he was willing to use his ultimate to absorb that pressure and look for the turn. Now he doesn't have it.
Well, Lucid is now looking for a possible kick angle here as the bear goes down. There goes Cuzz. And now Effort could be in trouble as well. The bouncing bomb's a Mega Inferno bomb, and Effort is just dead. The Lee Sin catches up to him, and Lucid shuts him down. And now there's a Baron on the board. There's a Yorick in the bottom lane, though.
Hey,
and
Perfect is like, Supreme said it's my turn to hit the turret. Stop it, Siwoo. It's my time to side lane. As we are going to see a bit of a late contest here. TP coming through from Perfect after he takes out the turret.
I mean, Cuzz is
tough Yorick.
Never going to come over here, but can they actually win the fight? That's going to be the question as Korea gets a bone skewer just to annoy Perfect here momentarily. They turn onto BDD, and Korea finds him and stops him from getting out. That is ShowMaker collecting that kill, and they kept the Baron leash. The Lee Sin's dead, though. There are no smites left. Oh,
Yorick
God.
Penta? Yorick Penta angle, Atlus?
Yeah, I think it's like we need circus music. We need the yakety sax as this game has gone weird. There is the kill onto the Pyke, but Aiming goes down as well. ShowMaker has a molten shield, but not a life. And Perfect is a one-man army, and he's set up for the Baron for KT.
All right. You know what?
No.
I'm not bored of KT.
Not anymore.
But I'm not excited either.
God.
All right, so for those who were around last year, we did have this
I was here last year.
Yeah. For those who weren't around last year, and for those who do remember, I'll remind you, we did have this matchup twice before the tiebreaker match to decide Rise and Legend. Both KT Dplus matchups were as silly, if not more silly than this, so this should come as a surprise to no one. But again, these two teams may be our best teams in the LCK, that doesn't show up in the misunderstandings. But
yeah,
the fact that Perfect is level 16, TP's in as Dplus flounder here, not able to burst the Baron down, but not able to win the team fight.
Hit Lucid with his ultimate,
and he does so much damage that Lucid can no longer actually do anything in this fight, and decides to cancel his aggression, but dies anyways. And then they go onto Aiming here. which is fair because he's the damage dealer in your head, right? It's actually the Yorick.
Yeah.
As in Showmaker is also getting owned by the Baron. The Baron was actually the
absolute MVP.
POM candidate in this one.
All right. Well,
there's no Baron box on my
as
palm
we
selector.
come back from the from that, we have Siwoo taking an inner turret. The inner turret dies on the bottom side as well, but it looks like KT might just be able to wipe this one out.
KT are trying to be the first team to win an LCK game with a gold deficit.
Well, I mean, it's happening right now. Siwoo is going to take an inhibitor turret, as Perfect's back is going to get stopped. The rest of KT going to be backing away. There is 10 seconds until Cloud Soul, and so Siwoo knows what's on the line if he's unable to join a team fight, and that is dealing with a Cloud Souled up KT. As Morning Mist not going to connect, very important for Siwoo staying alive.
He does not have teleport, Perfect.
Oh, that control ward in the back of this pit is actually kind of crazy. Gets a Scryer's Bloom there as well, as KT going to get spotted on this Drake, and Perfect has no TP. Like you say, he's in that top lane.
I think KT might just have to be willing to give this one up, straight up. Okay, well, they see Siwoo in the top lane, but he could still TP in.
Yeah, Perfect is looking to try and find the Jayce. But it's pretty difficult for Yorick to stop a teleport. So not a whole lot he can do there.
If Dplus win this fight, I mean, they might just win the game. KT need to be way more careful than this.
Teleport's going to come in as Lucid. He was holding position as Cuzz gets on in there. That is a lot of damage onto Siwoo. He goes to the skies though and flashes away. Aiming, looks for the angle. The bone skewer goes wide. There's the final arrow. And he's going to be able to pick up the Jayce. But the KT health bars are getting low.
Perfect's full health though, and he's here.
Korea can see these resets. But Cuzz is going to move himself out of the way, and Perfect, like you say, shows up, and that is going to be show's over for DK.
And this tragedy for Dplus is, oh, Career's back's going to get stopped. The tragedy for Dplus is that the one advantage, they had the huge side lane control and the teleport for Siwoo. He just ends up teleporting into an encore, and he just dies instantly. He could do nothing. I mean, it does take a few autos from aiming and does pull the Ashe away, but he practically dies instantly. Doesn't really get to do anything in the fight.
Why does he still? Why did DK still have a gold lead? This so silly.
KT are they're trying to break records. I'm pretty sure there probably has been a deficit win in the LCK before, but it's been a while. Well, Lucid.
Goalie wall doesn't do too much. Lucid was setting up for the sick Pyke damage.
It is also quite fitting that aiming is the one with the gold lead on KT.
Yeah.
All right, look at this teleport. Effort's like, all right, encore. And then the Jayce has to...
Every Hwei button as well.
He gets away, but not really. And they cannot get onto aiming. Career misses the skewer. Lucid cannot follow here after the flash comes through. He doesn't have flash to get on top of aiming, and that's the end of the fight as the other side wins swimmingly for KT. And that's before the Yorick really got involved.
Yeah, and also, that whole time, they were trying to focus down BDD, and effort was there with the McHales, with the extra protection, press and W, things like this, and BDD just holds them all in place.
Yeah.
After getting so much damage onto the Jayce as well as Siwoo was teleporting in. Now we've got an Infinity Edge done here for aiming. On top of his Bloodthirster, that's going to mean a lot of extra damage here for KT's AD carry.
I feel like either KT win a really decisive team fight and end the game. Otherwise, eventually they make a macro mistake, and I mean, Dplus are just playing the map better. Eventually that inhibitor goes down on the top side. They have to answer if their backs get stopped. I mean, the Ziggs can be great at that. KT really need to be a little bit more decisive about where they're making their calls, because they're kind of winning these fights but not setting them up the right way. As Perfect is going to flash.
Yep, Korea looking for a bone skewer. Won't be able to find it. I don't think they were going to kill Perfect anyway. As Smash might be able to deal with a minion wave if it is going to come on over, as obviously Baron is kind of required into a Ziggs. It is going to be an inner turret falling down, but that will be a trade of inner for inner.
Dplus are just playing the map really well. I mean, the TP from ShowMaker doesn't get a kill, but they still have the 2v1 down here. Perfect has TP of his own. We'll see who wins the race.
They also have Mega Inferno Bomb as well to clear out minion waves if they need to. Teleport does come through from BDD to stop this push in the bottom lane, as the arrow is also sailing by. Oh, looks beautiful, doesn't it? And now polluting the air of Runeterra.
Now Dplus are not going to be able to get the punish onto the Ashe Seraphine on the top side, but they got the TP out of BDD, so that's a win. They also got a ton of damage down. And when you look at what KT got in return, it's very little. That's why the gold lead is still Dplus's.
All right, well, there is ShowMaker still here. Looks for some dash cannon damage, as the goalie wall not going to be enough to hold the Annie in place.
Perfect is like, man, these guys think they can kill Yorick. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I dare to think that they can kill Yorick as well. He's level 19.
Yeah, he has Kainic Rooker, and so he absorbs a lot of magic damage, as well as he's just incredibly tanky. He's just so, he has just so many stats from his levels, like you were mentioning. And the guy he's putting up big damage numbers when they interact with him. Dplus has been ahead in gold, but ahead in kills they have not. But on the map plays,
oh, dash cannon value.
That's why you dash cannon.
But I just don't know whether he's going to be able to survive. In fact, he will not. He flashes into the maw that BDD prepared earlier. Oh my. He's allergic to not being the best player on the map.
Look at Lucid, he's just lurking. He wants to stop some potential backs here while Siwoo is pushing this, but Perfect is already home.
Okay, so they'll get another one. KT are now starting off this Baron. Lucid is there. He knows. DK are toying with them.
They want
this
a backdoor.
Is such a weird game.
They want a backdoor, but I don't think they have enough tools. They can push them off the Baron.
If DK are just splitting them apart, though, so they can't stay on the Baron. They're going to go back to it now as they look for Perfect, and they will dive on top of him, committing to the fight this time, and down will go the Yorick.
And Lucid's here to stop the backs. Lucid's here to stop the backs.
So is Korea. He's searching for them, seeing whether he can lock them down.
It's going to be the end of it. They get the inhibitor, but that is it. What an insane game. Now they stop the Baron.
So silly, Wolf.
I thought KT was the best macro team in the LCK, but Dplus is showcasing something a little bit different right now. I mean, they are playing the map so beautifully with these double split pushes. BDD's insane.
But it doesn't matter. Like you say, like it's the map play.
Yeah, the map plays here are just much better. They keep putting ShowMaker and Siwoo in the 2v1, and this time they can actually kill Perfect. Now they're back on the Baron because they got map control. They have that inhibitor on the other side of the map.
Oh, Cuzz is going to show up. I don't think throwing on the Baron is a good idea because immediately the Elder is going to be coming up. So a minute and a bit. And the big old scary dragon is going to be there.
Someone has to deal with this wave. Now, ShowMaker's TP is coming up. Smash took TP, obviously Ziggs, and they have this Jayce who has TP as well. They could just triple TP and end the game if KT want to be outside on the map. So they have to deal with this bottom wave. And so I kind of I don't care about team fights anymore. I feel like Dplus have kind of got this game in the bag with how they're playing it. If they don't make a mistake on fights, and they have so much control over this Baron, and they have the TP angle bottom lane, there's really so many. It's a choose-your-own ending adventure for Dplus right now.
Hawkshot, very good value here as the Bone Skewer going to connect onto Cuzz. They're looking to take down the jungler. Not quite able to, but they get the ulti, which is such a huge deal. Siwoo looking for some angles. Shock Blast, my goodness, not even accelerated. Almost obliterates effort there.
They stop the Baron, and that wave in the bottom lane is getting pushed out by Perfect now, who does have TP as well. KT need to be decisive here. They're going to push through mid and get that prio back.
It's so hard to get minion wave control, though, as Siwoo catches the back minions. BDD taking some damage there as, Korea, you cannot die here. Arrow not going to connect. As he flashes out of the way, the wind becomes lightning as Cuzz looking to try and get on in there. Lucid going to be able to take down a red buff as Siwoo. The spiraling despair might be exactly that. He does have a GA as he gets himself out, and that is going to be Cuzz finished off. Aiming does so much damage, but he needs to find the targets to hit, as in goes Perfect to take him down to the GA as now Epic gets dove on by Siwoo. ShowMaker is now in the thick of things as BDD gets out of the way of the death from below. The bouncing bombs are so scary, but KT sidestepped them. How is no one on DK dead?
There's no wave in the bottom lane. There's no wave on the bottom lane, so I don't think TP could come through to try to end the game. Korea and Lucid are looking for the left side flank here.
Wait, Korea is just dead. He's just dead.
He's done. And BDD is back to deal with the top side wave, so that inhibitor is going to stay alive. The Elder has spawned. This is what we live for. This is a crazy
Lucid.
game. Lucid is in serious trouble, and Perfect's coming to wrap around.
Yep, that is going to be BDD locking up the kill.
I think that might just be the game.
Yep, Arrow is going to be flown out here. And Siwoo is going to avoid it.
There's a little bit of leg room. ShowMaker's coming up in 20. It's going to take them some time to get the Elder, but with the Elder, certainly
it's only
35
and
minutes.
Smash. And so, like, the Elder Dragon 100% goes over to KT here.
And I mean, with this, certainly they could end the game, right? They have Hwei. They have a really strong pushing Seraphine, Ashe. And they got the Yorick as well, and if he gets to press a few Qs in the team fight, we know what's going to happen. As Siwoo's trying to hold the wave here and set things up, the bomb is really low value into aiming here, unfortunately, as Smash is super far away. Lucid is going to get pushed down to GA here. His career is just on the wrong side.
20 Yorick just wanders in and shovels everyone.
Exactly. ShowMaker just trying to fight his way out here. BDD plays this beautifully. I mean, my God. But this is like one of the best games of League of Legends I've ever had the pleasure to see, let alone cast. Is Siwoo.
Oh, dear. That's a bunch of Elder Dragon people. And Siwoo is really, really dead.
ShowMaker is trying to push out this super minion wave, so someone's going to have to answer.
How
Smash
is
also
here?
It just takes so many people from KT to try to get these kills that like the whole map seems open all the time. BDD does have TPs and going to clear that mid wave as quickly as
Wait a second.
Baron
they had the information about this Baron, so Mega Inferno Bomb can come down. Great Hawk Shot is going to spot out Lucid. Connects the Q. The Baron's down very, very low as the Encore is going to miss. He gets into the pit, and Lucid, he gets the steal!
But he dies instantly, and they're backing, but they're going to lose more than him. They lose the Jayce.
Yeah, now perfect. I mean, it takes like 3 shovels,
Elder's
and
still
these turrets just get destroyed. But now the minions are killable, and Smash kills minions very, very well.
Okay, so now they are able to defend this top wave. Mid wave is pushed super deep. This game is far from over unless they can get some kills here with Elder. They're just trying to open up the base and win a fight in Dplus's base to end the game. Smash level 18, clearing these waves so desperately.
Yeah, perfect. Throws down the Ghoulie wall. Isn't quite able to get on top of Smash here, but he creates the space.
Don't forget, there's TPs available here for Dplus to try to end in the bottom lane if they get an opportunity.
Well, let's just see. As if KT win here, we get another one of these. That's the best part. That's what I'm thinking about this entire time. As Siege Minion goes down, the minion wave has been taken. The Mega Inferno Bomb back up again. And that means that there's just not enough minions to actually end the game.
And there's also not enough for Dplus to try to outpace and TP bottom lane. The inhibitor has respawned. We go again, Atlus.
Oh my goodness. All right, it's going to take another Elder for them to win the game. Let's have a look at this one. As KT, they throw everything at killing Siwoo so they can get this Baron.
It's 5 people to kill Siwoo. And so the wave's stacking in the bottom lane. And also, look, Smash is pushing mid. They're just getting out macroed again. And the Lucid comes in for the steal here. Blast Cone's down. But he has the vision here.
Sidestep is so clean. And somehow he's hit by that one.
Okay, just defend home. Just defend the base, which is home in Korean. And they were able to successfully do that, only losing the 1 inhibitor, but now it's an inhibitor advantage here for KT.
Oh no, Lucid is now in such an awkward position as Cuzz going to be used as a taxi in order to try and get Lucid out of there. Still, Arrow is going to connect. That will be a deadly sin.
They're trying to base race this in the top lane, but ShowMaker's going to have to back.
I mean, the problem is for KT is that without Baron, they cannot kill turrets. As backdoor bonus comes up, they are able to beat that timer, as they will be able to take down this inhibitor in the bottom lane as well. But the trade is going to come on through. The Jayce does take one down as well.
And they really need to send someone home. Okay, BDD is back.
Yeah, BDD is going to show up. That's going to mean that Siwoo is very, very dead. Does take the inhibitor with him, but the Nexus turrets are now being sieged without very many minions. Thanks, Smash.
Well, we'll see if they can push this mid-wave. TP's going to come in from Perfect to match ShowMaker here as they clear this wave as quickly as possible.
They can get a couple of kills. This could actually be DK finding the win. It's aiming, gets focused. There's a stun from Korea. Can he actually get on top of them? No, the answer is absolutely not, as aiming gets so much of his health bar back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going to 3 games as the Arrow is going to come on through as somehow Smash stays alive. Lucid is able to take down Perfect. And you're right, finally the minion wave comes back, but Lucid goes in, tries to distract them, and I don't think Smash has the damage. BDD flashes on forward, and aiming finishes off his opposition in the bottom lane. The Nexus will go down, and KT will tie up the series.
I think there's a real argument for either of these teams to ask for a postpone of Game 3 after that crazy game.
Yeah, it's like, can we just put this before the series tomorrow?
40 minutes of a grueling macro game where Dplus ran circles